One of the great joys and privileges I have on the Hearts of Gold podcast is being able to sit down with local artists. I am fascinated on how they can take an idea that's in their head and get it out into the world. My hope after listening to today's episode is that you will take these ideas, take an idea you have in your head. Maybe you've been sitting on something for a few years, for a few months, and that you'll take the next step on making it happen and sharing it with the world. Today's guest is Seizer One, also known as Jedrek Speer. He is a muralist, a local artist who is doing amazing things all around our community. He grew up here in Butte County. He moved away for a time and worked with Smashing Pumpkins, which you'll hear about in this episode. And then he moved back and he's just creating amazing things all over town. And I cannot wait for you to hear his journey, his story on what he did, his ups and downs, identifying as an artist and wrapping that identity around him, and how that can still be hard sometimes, and how he has made it to where he is today. So join us today as we interview Seizer One on the Hearts of Gold podcast.
Just really a heart of gold.
I mean, she's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I have a heart of gold. Thank you, James.
See, ladies, a heart of gold.
But I know you have a heart of gold and have done many good deeds.
You've been most helpful.
Yeah, that's me. Heart of gold.
You have a heart of gold.
18 karat.
Hello and welcome to the Hearts of Gold podcast. I am so excited for today's guest because we are in for a huge treat. We have on the podcast today Jedrek Speer, who is a phenomenal artist. And so I'm just going to read a little bit about Jedrek before we get started. Jedrek goes by the moniker Seizer One since 1996. And is a multidisciplinary artist and designer. After graduating from UC Santa Cruz, UC Santa Cruz, he moved to Los Angeles, where he was a major face in the street art movement in the early 2000s. After being featured in Banksy's Exit Through the Gift Shop in 2009 on Netflix, right? Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
My gosh. He began taking more studio time, including commissions, activations, and marketing projects for brands like Audi, Spyder, Von Zipper, and Lulus.com. Currently residing in Northern California, he recently turned to large-scale mural work, which touches his roots as a street graffiti artist, but also allows him to inspire and reach a larger audience. I am humbled that you said yes to the Hearts of Gold podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. The intro makes me feel a little bit better on myself.
Okay.
Sounds good.
It's phenomenal. Well, I'm looking at it, and just before we get into it, Jedrek's the one. If you haven't been down to the studio on Huntoon, where we're recording this right now, we have this large wildflower mural that just got installed that you did with spray paint, which is just fantastic. So I can't wait till we can talk a little bit more about that, and if you want to get into your process. I don't know. We'll just see where the conversation goes.
Sure.
But before we do that, I always like to ask, was there a life before Butte County? I mean, so we all get to this region in some way. And so it sounds like you were in LA.
Yeah.
Like what was life like before Butte County?
Well, I think that the important thing to note is that it started in Butte County.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I
okay.
was born on Poppy Street in Chico.
Oh, wow.
I was born at home. And then when I was 2 years old, my parents bought a piece of property in Paradise.
Okay.
And my dad built us a house.
Okay.
And I lived in Paradise from 2 to middle of 7th grade, so like 14 or something like that.
Okay.
And then my parents got divorced. I moved back, to Chico. My mom got remarried, moved in with my stepdad in Chico, finished high school, and then the day of graduation, I was gone.
You were out of here.
I just so badly wanted to get out.
Oh, yeah.
So I immediately, took off, did a bunch of road trips, moved to Tahoe because I was really in love with snowboarding at the time.
Oh, okay.
And
Tahoe's a great place for that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's still my heart for sure. And then I got the opportunity to study abroad, went to London for a semester.
No way.
And then after school was out, after the semester was over, I went to southern Germany and ended up getting a job at it's actually a military recreation base in Bavaria, like south of Munich. But it's at a ski resort.
Oh, wow.
And so I got to teach snowboarding and snowboard every day, like as a job. So that was pretty much the highlight of my life.
Oh my gosh.
And then I traveled out of a backpack for 3.5 months with my best friend.
Oh wow.
And
Been
then
backpacking across Europe area
Yep,
okay.
all over. We did France, Spain, Ireland, Germany,
James wanted to
Italy,
do Ireland.
Greece. Yeah, all of it. It was so good.
We did France, Italy, Greece in 2007.
Nice.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
kids. So
Yeah.
that's so cool.
And then came back, went to school at UC Santa Cruz for film and digital media.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of was just lost after that. I kind of I tried to get film jobs in San Francisco. It was like slim to none. I just felt like I couldn't make my way. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, I'm opening this bar in Tahoe."
Tahoe.
Actually, he needed a mural. He's like, "I'm opening this bar and I need a mural." And I was like, "Cool." So I came up and I painted the mural for him. And then I was like, "I kind of need a job. Like, can you hire me?" And so he hired me as a bartender. And
You have like all of these skills. You're like, okay, you're a bartender. He needed a mural, but you didn't go to school to. I mean, you did film and design.
yeah, so digital. I mean, yes, my major was heavily like film study.
Okay.
But what I was really interested in, and I don't know why I just didn't focus on it, but it was design work. So Photoshop, Illustrator, like graphic design.
Yeah.
That's what I was drawn to. But
Yeah.
for some reason, I just didn't even think about like, I could just do that.
Right.
But I was always doing that on the side on my own. So kind of self-taught. Like actually, while I was bartending, we had a bunch of shows. So it was my job to create the flyers, which was a lot of fun. Like I was always really inspired by gig posters and things like that. So I kind of took some inspiration.
No AI
No.
back then.
No.
Maybe we'll have to talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Some thoughts on that. Anyway, continue.
So, but I was kind of getting a little exhausted of the, bartending world and feeling like I needed to do something with myself. And so a bunch of my college roommates had moved to Brooklyn. And they're like, "Yeah, come out. Like, New York is amazing. We're all totally starving and super broke, but it's really amazing."
But we're having the time of our life.
Yeah. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." And then, but I was like, I should go to LA first and visit my stepbrother and my cousin. My stepbrother and cousin were at UCLA at the time.
Okay.
And I went to LA and was like, why would anyone go anywhere else? Like, this is so amazing. Like, the weather is amazing. I felt like it was abundant with resources. I felt really welcomed, which I don't know if that was just my unique experience, but I don't know. It was just kind of funny where even at times Chico has not been welcoming to me. And I felt like at the time in LA, it was like everyone wanted to share and talk about what they were doing. And
which is refreshing because we often hear LA as being like, oh, LA, like Los Angeles. So anyway, this is a new perspective.
It was the
I love
opposite.
that. Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm just going to stay. This is incredible.
Yeah.
And so that's what took me to LA.
Okay.
I think the parallel story through all that was in high school. I got really inspired by graffiti. Some girl brought a zine from San Francisco, and I was in a printmaking shop in high school.
What is that? What's a zine?
A zine is a handmade magazine.
Okay.
Like literally, the classic is it's 8.5 by 11 folded in half.
Oh, okay.
And it's just stapled down the center, and it's like photos, articles, whatever.
Okay.
But it's very like DIY. They used to like print them, and they would leave them, at the front of Amoeba Records or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a cool thing.
That's neat.
There's a huge culture behind it, but that's a whole nother story.
Okay. I'm intrigued. But
yeah. So anyway, I
that's so
found
neat.
this zine and was just really inspired by the art in it, the graffiti in it, and it was funny because I I thought because she had brought it from San Francisco that it was San Francisco graffiti. Come to find out, it was all LA graffiti.
Oh.
And so I still have it to this day.
Oh,
And it's so
no
funny to
way.
look in it and be like, oh, this is, Sunset and Sanborn. Like
Yeah.
I know right where that is.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. You still
Yeah.
have
So
that.
that kind of took me down the graffiti path. I really loved the art. I loved the letters. I loved the colors. I didn't love the like gangster vibe. Like
Sure.
I just never resonated with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was always really soft and just kind of I don't know. That was the part that I didn't like about it. And so
Yeah, because there can be like a stigma, right, with graffiti art.
Sure.
It's like you think of something like when I'm telling people about this mural, it's spray paint, like because they look, they're like, oh, this is beautiful, and I'm like, and I point out this is all spray paint, and they're like, really?
Yeah.
Like they automatically think it was, I don't know, acrylic or whatever paint you use.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and that's been, right there. That's a huge inspiration for me. Like literally some of the first canvases I painted were portraits and they were all spray paint and I used no stencils, no baffles, no nothing. I was like, how detailed can I get just with the spray paint can?
That's so
And I feel like I'm still doing that, to this day.
yeah.
And challenging myself to this day,
Yeah.
for better or worse. Anyway, so graffiti, and then sometime in the 2000s, I had always really known who Shepard Fairey was, really loved his art, and really loved his sort of, he crossed the bridge somehow in between like graffiti and I don't know. Of course, there were street artists before him, but I think that he was a pioneer in a lot of ways. And I saw
Graffiti artist. So for those listening, like Shepard Fairey is a artist that
he's a
does,
street artist. His
Okay.
main thing, he was a wheat paste poster artist. So
Okay.
he created an icon. He put stickers everywhere. He
Okay.
put wheat paste posters everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, he's a super talented artist, and his prints and stuff like that are something else. But his main medium in the street was a giant face of Andre the Giant.
Okay.
And I was like, well, what if I put an image of my own face? I'm
Yeah.
not a famous person.
Yeah.
And what if I made this sort of like, I was really fascinated if I broke my face down into just these like really bold black and white shapes. Like, what would people make of it?
Yeah.
And so that was kind of my, Shepard calls it an experiment in phenomenology.
Oh, interesting.
And I kind of
love
took that and ran with it. And,
And that's your logo.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I took a self-portrait in the bathroom sometime in 2001 or something like that.
Wow.
And took a Sharpie and a whiteout pen and made it all contrasty.
That's so cool.
And then, later on put it in Illustrator and made it into a vector
Sure.
but
yeah.
ran with it. And I've been putting up stickers for 20 plus years everywhere I go, all over the
Yeah.
world.
That's what I see those on your stories. Like or other people will post pictures and then tag you.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then in, 2003, 2004, when I moved to LA, I met an artist by the name of Buff Monster, and he was also into wheat pasting. And so him and I kind of hooked up. And
And wheat pasting is you take a thin piece of paper or a poster and then it's like flour and water type of thing. Okay.
Yeah. And so that was
It's like not paper mache, but like a
yeah,
it
it's
creates
literally
a glue.
It's wallpaper paste.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we put a bunch of other stuff in it to make it more durable, but it's
Gotcha.
it's essentially wallpaper paste.
Okay. That's cool.
But we also noticed that the fines for putting a poster up with wheat paste is significantly less than graffiti. Like even though they're both seen as vandalism, for some reason the fines were
Okay,
way
you can
less.
wash it off probably if they
Potentially.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Whereas spray paint is a bit harder.
Yeah. So I like that aspect of like a little less consequence. And so we went big. We would go to Kinko's and print out posters that were 9 feet tall and 6 feet wide.
cool.
And then we would put them in backpacks and climb
Yeah.
buildings and fire escapes and billboards.
Oh,
Like
wow.
yeah. And that was kind of my thing, is I love to get spots where people would look up and be like, how did you do that?
Oh, okay.
You know?
That's so neat.
Yeah.
Had like a little just a uniqueness about making people wonder. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's reminding me. Do you know the artist Scott the Painter?
No.
That's where I didn't know that was the term wheat paste, but he does a lot of very contrasting. I'll have to send him to you. But anyway, he's a lot of, how would you describe it, James? Like little, you might enjoy his work, but just very profound meanings in very simple works, visuals. Anyway, in high contrast. But he put out a show that you could print yourself and then go and install it yourself.
Yeah.
In an alleyway or something. Anyway, I like that concept.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe you have some things you can, a little digital product there. Sorry, it's my business brain. I'm always like, hey, how could you? Hey, I digress. Anyway, okay.
You should check out the photographer JR.
JR?
You know who that is? Yeah.
Okay. What do they specialize?
So he takes portraits.
Okay.
And then wheat pastes them, but like gigantic. Like he'll wheat paste a giant blown up portrait on the side of an entire side of like a 5-story building.
Oh wow.
It's really cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'll have to look him up.
His
on
most
Instagram.
like what really blew him up is he went to Gaza or something where they have the big wall,
Oh, okay.
and he took photos of Palestinians, blew them up giant, and put their faces on the Israel side, and then took photos of Israelis and put them on the Palestinian side. And they're like, some of them are like looking through.
Oh wow.
It's really, really, it's cool.
That's so powerful. I mean, art just has such a it speaks beyond border. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's just so much there. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
I love that. I would definitely be looking up JR.
Yeah.
Well, as we kind of move through because I have some questions because I like people to get to know the artist,
Sure.
get to know our guest. Do you have any, or I guess I should go back. So then you came back to Butte County, kind of your yellow brick road back to Butte County
Okay.
how did that happen? You spent all this time down there.
Yeah. So I slipped into the apparel industry,
Okay.
specifically doing graphic design for t-shirt companies, graphic
Oh,
tees.
yeah.
And, for better or worse, like I loved it, I don't know. I felt like I got pigeonholed.
Oh, sure.
But in a way, it was okay. It was a great career, and I, climbed the ladder, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. But I found myself in the apparel industry. In 2009, I discovered Fifth Son in Chico,
Okay.
and we started having, talks, and they were, excited about having me come back to Chico, which is my hometown, and be able to continue my career in the apparel industry. And they were really moving at the time. So they, in 2009, hired both my wife and I.
Oh, wow.
She quit her job in the music industry. I quit my job in the apparel industry. We moved to Chico. And
She's a musician? I didn't know.
No. She was in marketing at Interscope
marketing.
Records.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. So cool. Well, we might have another guest.
Yeah. She's a whole nother power. Yeah. Interesting person.
Love it.
Anyway, but it was 2009. So
Okay.
the economy was terrible. And I think like literally 4 or 5 months into the job, they cut my salary by like 30%.
Oh gosh.
And so I just quit. I was like, no, that doesn't work for me. I started freelancing for like a guy in like Norway or something, of all places.
Oh wow.
And then my wife got pregnant. We had our son. And then I got a job back in LA. So we moved back to LA in I think 2011
Okay.
or 2010, and then lived there until 2013. So 2013, she got pregnant again, and I was like, I think we got to go home to have babies.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
so-
we're more familiar. Well, not that it wasn't familiar, but a little slower pace up here.
Oh my gosh, it's a whole,
Just a little.
yeah, just a little.
Traffic
Yeah.
Traffic is like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me 10 minutes to get to this place instead of 7. Like, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So we moved back in 2013 and yeah, been there ever since.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah, been back home for a little over 13, 14-ish
That's crazy.
years. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, I mean, you have been around a lot of places. I'm thinking of, I like to always ask a hidden gem question. So if you, in your, let's keep it geographically, what's the word I'm looking for? Contained to Butte County.
Sure.
Is there a hidden gem or something that you know about that not enough other people know about?
Sure. I think there's a couple, actually. They're both, because I paint a lot of schools. And it's always funny because a lot of the schools want these like big elaborate murals on the inside.
Oh.
And I'm always like, yeah, but don't you want to show everybody on the
Sure.
outside like what you have?
Yeah.
But it's not always possible.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
so there's a school here in Oroville
Yeah?
called Bases.
Oh, yes.
It's right across the street from the high school.
Which high school? LP or Orville? Where's Bases? Orville
Yeah.
High School? Yeah?
And it's a special ed school for
Okay.
social emotional kids with those needs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was hired to paint a mural there.
Yeah.
I went there to see the space and met a couple of the students
Yeah.
and was like, this is something different. Like it just really
That's cool.
it was super touching. It kind of like took me back. And so I had a different idea for the mural altogether.
Yeah.
And then once I met that student, I was just like, okay, this has to be something different and way more dynamic and just really
So they kind of
push the boundaries.
influenced so there's a mural inside is what you're
Huge.
saying. Oh.
Yeah, it's like 40 feet or 50 feet by 25 feet or something.
Yeah, see, I know. Oh,
That's the one.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's wild. Like this is at a school where I think that there's only 25 students.
Wow. Oh, every inning is a new beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
So
I've never
that's-
seen that before. That's right here in Orville?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's definitely a hidden gem. Oh my
Right?
gosh, I'm so glad you shared that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. It was really fun. I think that
Yeah.
it was funny that I don't remember if there was like a little mural there before and it would constantly get tagged. They would get marked and they
okay.
would, write stuff on it.
Sure.
And last time I checked, I talked to the superintendent and he was like, that mural has never been touched.
That's so
that-
cool.
Yeah, that feels good.
That's one of those things too, is we have this conversation I hear it in the community and all on the Book of Faces, all over, people chatter and they're like, well, isn't this going to get destroyed or is somebody going to tag it? And I'm like, we can't let that stop us from creating something beautiful.
Yeah.
If it happens, okay, we'll figure it out.
Sure.
But until then, the lives that it's going to impact is so much greater than not having it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that, but that's so cool. So Bases. Okay, that was one. Was there another one that you wanted to share?
So also along the same lines, meaning that it touched me like in a heartfelt way. I painted 4 murals at Bidwell Junior High in Chico,
Oh, okay.
but one of them specifically was kind of, I think it was a year or so after the pandemic, and North Valley Community Foundation reached out along with the principal, Mr. McKay from Bidwell,
Okay.
and they wanted to do a mural that was sort of mental health, focus related, whatever you wanted to call it.
Yeah.
And they even
Emphasis.
had like specific verbiage. I think I can't remember what. Now I'm spacing on it. That they wanted it to say, but they also wanted the students to participate in it if possible. And I typically steer away from that. I don't really know how to do it and have it come out the way that I want it to.
Sure.
But this one, I just had this idea of like, what if I just bring all this paint and let them do whatever they want?
Oh, wow.
And so that's what I did. And
Spray paint. Like bring.
I brought everything.
Oh, wow.
So I showed up. I had gallons of just bucket paint that you get from, the hardware store.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a bunch of brushes, but I also brought a whole bunch of spray paint.
Okay.
I brought these squirt bottles that they're used for like, I don't know, it's probably spraying like weed killer or something.
Oh, okay.
But if you mix half paint and half water,
yeah,
it's this like really viscous and it like drips and you can
that's
squirt it
cool.
up on the wall and it's really,
That's cool.
yeah, it's wild. And so there was about 15 kids. Some of them were in an art class or something. Some kids were recommended to come out by the principal. But when I showed up, I'm like, cool. So where's the other teachers? And they're like, oh, no, it's just you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So here I am, like no experience supervising these, 15 kids.
With something that you're not even quite sure how to integrate.
Yeah. And so I taped off the floor and put down like drop cloths and stuff. And there was this one boy that was really quiet and it didn't seem like he was listening to me talk about, how to be safe and like how to do this. And he was also wearing like really nice, clean clothes. Like he had these brand new Nike shorts on and brand new black Nike shoes. And I was just like, hey man, I just want to let you know, like you're probably going to get paint on your stuff.
Yeah.
And again, he just sort of like shied away, didn't talk to me. And I was just like, well, I warned him, like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
And again, there was no other supervision.
Right.
Here I go. And once they started, I think we were supposed to be there for like 2 hours. And not more than 20 minutes in, I had kids like literally putting their fists into the buckets of paint, pulling it out and just throwing paint at the wall. One kid had climbed up on the shoulders of another kid and they were trying to get up as high as possible. And, it was a full gamut of expression and there was paint everywhere. And after, like I said, 20 minutes, I was like, okay, hard stop. We gotta stop. Like this is getting out of control. But it created this sort of backdrop and one of the girls backed away and she was just kind of taking it in and I was like, what do you think? And she said, yeah, this is what junior high feels like.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, that's really cool.
That is
And then that
cool.
boy,
Yeah.
come to find out, he was on the autism spectrum. And so I think that's why he was, quiet that way.
Sure.
But he came up to me and he was like, I've got a wall in my garage. I'm doing this.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was really inspiring.
That is so cool. I love that. This is what junior high feels like.
Yeah.
That's
So then I came in and painted You Are Not Alone in these like kind of giant, like my kind of signature scripty letters.
That's so cool.
And yeah.
That's neat. And which school is that one?
That's at Bidwell Junior High in
Bidwell
Chico,
Junior High. Okay.
which I actually went to.
Oh, that's so. Look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's all these little things that that's why I love that question because I don't know everybody's hidden gem. Like I would never have known about those.
Right.
I mean, so anyway, that's so cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I know as artists, there can be, and when, as artists, we also have to live. And so there is a certain element of charging for our work, right? And so I head into this next question. It's called the business nuggets section. I always find it fascinating when I'm talking with an artist where they have this, is it the left side of your brain is the creative side? I don't know. I'll have to actually look that up. Our sides of our brain are different. There's one more analytical and one more creative. And so I'm always curious to know, I mean, how do you approach I guess if you had a business nugget for artists, someone out there who loves what they do, maybe they're into all of these different mediums, but also have to eat. I don't know. What kind of nugget do you have for them?
Man,
I know that's such a big question.
yeah, I have several.
Go for it.
It's been total trial and error for me. I can't tell you how many times my wife has told me that I didn't charge enough for a project. And that is generational for me. Like my dad built people amazing, beautiful houses and had nothing. And, you know, had a old vehicle and an old house that he built himself. I'm certainly changing that, but it's taken me a long time to learn and a long time to gain that confidence of what I'm worth. And also, I think there's an element of like, I feel I'm in a more financially comfortable place to where it's okay to be like, hey, this is how much I cost, and if that doesn't work, I'm sorry. Whereas in the past, I was like, I will take any mural I can possibly get.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a time and a place for that. On that same note, I think that there's a huge value in spec work. So, and my stepbrother is a photographer, and he kind of, you know, taught me this just by, he did it, and I was like, oh wow, how did you do that? And he's like, I didn't know that's how I did it. You know, his example is that he went and took a bunch of photos with some friends in a Range Rover, and then 3 years later, Range Rover bought those photos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
And so I would find walls, contact the business owner. Hey, this is the idea that I have.
Yeah.
You know, you can crowdfund for a little paint or whatever, or not get paid. Like just have if the building owner is willing to pay for the paint, at least it gets your stuff out there.
Yeah.
And so I think that's, you know, one way to do it is sort of doing that kind of spec stuff, is just like putting your stuff out there. Then people get
build
traction.
momentum. Yeah. And then getting to a place where you're like, well, I have all this experience now. I have this education and this skill.
Yeah.
That, I mean, it's like that feeling of that little boy and the girl looking and being like, this is what junior high feels like.
Yeah.
Like you can't. That's a feeling. You helped create that feeling for these kids that they're going to walk through those halls and they're going to see that every day of their junior high life. Like that's not something that you can really quantify financially. Like you can't really put a price on it. I mean, honestly, like when I think about art in that way, however, we do. Like you do have to say, well, okay, this is my time and this is my, I'm so passionate about, because the feeling, and when you walk by something that pours into your life every single day, it's so much, you can't quantify it. And so I think sometimes, I'm on my little pedestal here right now, but I think sometimes people, when they think of artists, they think, oh, this is just like a fun thing, or this is like, it's not really valued as much when there's a price attached to it. Do you know? Oh, well, they should just, this is their hobby, or this is something that they do for fun. I don't know if you feel the same way about certain things like that, but I just do think it's so important. It pours into our communities, you know?
Well, I think that's it's interesting because I never, you know, if I would ask myself in 2004, like, hey, do you want to paint murals at schools? I would have been like, no.
Yeah.
But now that I'm doing it, I find that really is my intention, is to inspire those kids to kind of think bigger, you know, think differently, whatever. I think I'm speaking to myself as a child.
Yeah.
You know, like growing up in Paradise, there was nothing.
Yeah.
And even in Chico in junior high, like it just didn't feel very dynamic and inspiring. And I remember when I went to San Francisco I was probably 13 or something, and I saw all the art on the walls. I was like, whoa, this is what's possible?
Yeah.
So I'm constantly trying to bring a little bit of that back, even though now with the internet it's all prominent and whatever. But if I can touch, you know, kids at those schools and make them think that they can do things bigger and differently, then that's what I want to do.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you for your work. I'm just so, I love that. I want to see both of those murals.
Yeah.
And for that business nugget. So we go a little bit deeper. Should you want to? That we call this section mining of the heart. So what?
I'm going to cry.
Oh, I don't even have tissues. What got you into this work? Being an artist, murals, creative design, graphic design, like what was the pull? What was the draw there?
I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is like I still struggle with calling myself an artist. I still struggle to even identify that with that.
Interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know why that is. I've just never been like confident with my work. And I feel like I've really struggled to find my like what is my art. I think I always admired other artists that like would find this one thing and just do that repeatedly over and over and over again forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, I could never do that. I mean, here we are. I put up this stupid face for 25 years, so clearly I did that.
Clearly you did that. Yeah.
But like stylistically, I feel like I've done things that are, I mean, dude, look at the flowers in the front of the building compared with the baseball mural. Or
Sure.
like, they're all,
Yeah.
in my opinion, very different.
Yeah.
They don't have like, I don't know. In one sense, like if I look at my whole Instagram, it's like, okay, I do see a through line, but it's taken me 25 years to get there. You know? I think that early on I sketched a lot. My dad sketched a lot.
Yeah.
We would draw, pen and ink on paper. And so I was inspired to draw, back then all through, junior high, I would draw, but a lot of it was like mimicking skateboard graphics or even t-shirt graphics.
Yeah.
I was infatuated with t-shirt graphics back in the day. The old, Santa Cruz artwork, Pal Peralta, all that stuff. And then graffiti kind of made me fall in love with like the letter style, typography, illustration, calligraphy. And then I think the graphic design, it was just like, oh, here's a way that I can be creative in my career. But like that was my way of, I can put money on the table or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's not exactly my passion, but I'm still, I'm getting to be creative. I'm literally getting paid at work to draw.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. There's always rent to pay. There's always, I think of that even in the photography studio. Like there's certain portraits that I don't love to do.
Yeah.
But I do them.
Sure.
But man, just the single one subject portrait is my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah.
Does that kind of answer that question?
I think so. Yeah, it's so interesting hearing you say, because I was hearing you say maybe like you don't feel like you have a thing, like a style. Is that kind of what you were thinking? Because it's so interesting because and now I better double check, but did you do the Unity?
Yeah.
You did the Unity mural. When I saw that mural, I was like, oh, that's Seizer One. Like I didn't even see your name. So you definitely have a style. I just don't know. Like you can't pinpoint it.
Well, it's funny you bring that one up because that mural specifically is one of the ones that I really love because that one is just all me. Like those letters that are in that mural. If I'm talking on the phone, like those are the letters that I sketch on the paper.
Oh, interesting.
I just saw a card this morning that I made for my wife for our 9-year anniversary, which was umpteen years ago now.
Yeah, yeah.
But I looked at it and it was those same letters.
Oh, that's
and so that kind of that does make me feel good and like, oh, that's my through line as I do these kind of scripty, cursive letters that I just love. I don't know why. I just like them.
Yeah, yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
No, I think that's so fascinating though that I wonder what that is about calling, because even as a photographer, like I call myself a photographer. Again, there can be with art, it is there's different levels. I don't know. So it is interesting, I think, too, because when you have someone who's in a photography class or learning these things, it's taken me a long time to own that it is an art form. It is a medium and a way of expressing, and I'm leaning in my old age. I'm leaning more towards the black and white portraiture. Like that's my favorite thing to do. But there is this weird like mental head trash that's like, oh no, you're not really. Like you're not really that. I don't know. So that's interesting that you've done these amazing murals and you're still like you still have that thought. It's fascinating to me because you are an artist. Like I mean, look at you. I'm like, you just exude the artist vibe too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from.
It's interesting.
It's funny that murals specifically, though, it's kind of a magic trick, you know? And so I think that sometimes the magic works and sometimes it doesn't. Like you just hit some roadblocks that's
Sure.
like, wow, how am I going to cross this? And
Yeah.
so I think I told you almost, to this day, even though I painted so many, every single one, I still get nervous of like, I don't know if I can do this.
I don't know, but I was like, I had a full faith in you, but I was like, I don't know how he's going to do that, but I've seen plenty of other ones. So, oh, that's so cool. Well, and I think it's encouraging too. I think it's important for people watching this podcast. We have a lot of like high schoolers that are kind of, they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they like. I think it's important for them to hear that even as adults, like, do you know what I mean? It can be tricky sometimes to lean into that, to a title or to, what's another word for title? Title sounds too official, but lean into that position, I guess. So anyway, yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. We are going to take a commercial break to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back after these messages. This week's episode of the Hearts of Gold podcast is sponsored by me, Erin Photography. And I am so excited to share with you a project that I'm currently working on that will come to fruition in October of this year. I am currently accepting nominations for women in Butte County who are 40 years and over, who are the hidden forces in their community. They are the glue that holds their families and their communities together. They usually work behind the scenes and don't necessarily get a ton of accolades or recognition. And we want to change that. We want to provide them with amazing portrait experience that ends in an art show in October where they are featured and celebrated by their families and their community. So if you know a woman who falls within that criteria and you want to nominate them, please head to seenagain.erinlackey.com. That's seenagain.erinlackey.com. So if you know a woman who falls within that criteria, if you could head to seenagain.erinlackey.com and make your nomination. That is seenagain.erinlackey.com. Submit your nomination for a woman here in Butte County who deserves to be celebrated for the amazing human that they are. And I cannot wait to reach out to them and get them highlighted and celebrated by their community and their families here in Butte County. Thanks for listening. And now back to the episode. And we're back, and we are here with Seizer One, who is gracing us with all of the amazing things and sharing about murals and hidden gems and all of the things that he does in the community. And we are kind of getting into this next segment, which is the Fool's Gold segment. Do you see the theme as far as like theme. It's gold rush region, So we have this Fool's Gold segment. Do you have any, and feel free to go share what you will or don't share anything because I don't know. Do you have any lessons or regrets, anything that you could share with us, those watching, lessons learned, anything you could do that you would do differently? I guess as it pertains to maybe your art career or, yeah, I don't know. Feel free.
Okay.
I regret coming on this podcast.
No. I think there was a couple opportunities in my career that I chose not to do because the other opportunity offered more money. And in retrospect, I wish I would have taken those jobs, even though they were less, because I think that I would have gained more in the long run.
Dude, you just gave me goosebumps. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's fascinating, and especially in our culture now. I needed to hear that because it's so true. You can have so much of an impact. There's something about tying the number to it, right? Is what I'm hearing you say is like, it may not have been as much financially, but maybe been more aligned with you and what you're about. Maybe more of an impact or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that.
That's a good one. Or even like challenges.
Yeah,
Lessons,
for sure.
regrets, challenges you wanted to share.
Man, there's been a lot.
I know this question's always like, whew, where do I start?
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. I think I'm proud of myself for throwing myself out there. I think I painted my very first large scale mural was on Melrose in LA.
Oh, wow.
And it was an ad for the Smashing Pumpkins album.
Really?
Yeah, and Shepard had designed it, but for some reason his team, they couldn't put it in. And so the marketing agency contacted me and was like, "Hey, can you paint this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." I had never painted a mural before. I was like, "I know how to use spray paint."
Yeah. You said yes, figure it out later.
Yeah.
Wow.
And holy cow, that was a learning experience.
Huh.
But it came out really good. And then it was just like, oh, wow. After that, I was like, I can do this,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess, take risks, be brave. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think that a lot of the time I've been paralyzed. I'll give you an example. Like sometimes I find myself not wanting to paint canvases in the studio because I'm like, well, why would I spend time on this when I'm not sure it's going to sell and make money? And that I've realized that's the wrong way to think about it. And I don't know. Maybe other people don't have that problem or whatever, but
Yeah.
to me, it's still a thing of like, here, I'm going to spend hours and hours and hours with no guarantee if I'm going to make that back.
Right.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so much more rewarding if you can just let yourself, it doesn't matter, just paint the painting. That's what it's for, you know?
Like when we were kids, we just would create to create.
Yeah.
You know, there was no concept of money, finance it. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, we're getting onto the canvas, the paper, whatever is in our brains, or trying to, kind of getting lost in that creative space and not worrying about the outcome or the efficiency of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or like, am I going to be able to monetize this?
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good word. Okay. Really quickly, I did want to touch a little bit on this. Question's not on here. Sorry, I'm going to throw it out there. But I had alluded to in the beginning as far as AI and all of that. Do you see that? I would love to hear any thoughts that you might have as far as, do you see it affecting what you do personally? Do you see it as a tool to help you get what you have in here? I don't know. There's all sorts of spectrum of using it. Like I alluded to, graphic design and AI posters. I'm tired of those. Anyway. We don't need it. We don't need those anymore. Yeah. Anyway, that's not a really concrete question, but do you see it affecting your work in any way?
Yeah, I mean, graphic design wise, oh my gosh, it's done. We're done.
No, I disagree. I don't think
know.
So, but yeah.
But it's a trip,
Sure.
I wanted to make a basketball shirt for my son's high school basketball team. And I was like, oh, just for kicks, I'm going to put this in, ChatGPT and see what it comes up with.
See what it does, yeah.
And I was like, it's not amazing, but it was like, this looks like a legit thing that somebody spent time designing.
Yeah.
I didn't use it. I ended up, doing my own thing, but it's still just kind of, it took me back that in 2 minutes, I had a pretty decent graphic.
Yeah. But talking about like a vibe or a style or something, there's a certain style to the AI artwork. Would you say? I don't know. No, you can't tell.
No,
at least to the flyers that I see, I'm like, they're just lacking soul.
Yeah.
Like some heart. They're lacking something. Can't pinpoint it.
Sure.
I don't know. That's my take.
But that's user error. That's just because they're not giving it the right
that's
prompts.
my own error.
Yeah.
We are not promoting.
First prompt, right? That has like the brown haze over it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying I need to be better at my prompts.
Yeah.
We are not endorsing AI.
And I do too. Like I don't have the patience to go and find the best image creating AI program. I know it's out there and I know people use it, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience to do that.
Yeah.
I've tried to use it to like ideate murals,
mm-hmm.
and it's nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's something too, because we're seeing this huge swing one way, right? And I don't know. I'm probably more optimistic about everything as far as AI goes, because I'm like, well, it's just going to make that in-person experience and actual large-scale mural that much more valuable and important, because a kid can't walk by a screen and get that same effect. Somebody still has to paint the mural.
Yeah.
Like you need a human to do that. I mean, I guess maybe machines in the future. I don't know. But there's soul to I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know where it was, but just recently there was a, quote unquote mural that went up in a city. But it wasn't even painted. It was just printed, and it was 100% AI design. And so initially, at a glance, it's like, oh, what a beautiful mural that includes everything. Like it's one of those murals that has like every little Easter egg of the entire city all in one mural.
Sure.
And then people slowly started to notice, like, wait a minute, that guy's arm turns into a baseball bat. Like, what's up with that?
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so funny. I don't even. Yeah. I'm so interested to see, just in the next 5 years what's going to happen. But again, like I said, I'm optimistic about the in-person tangible art. Whether it's inspire, whether we use it as a tool, AI as a tool to help inspire our own brains someone still has to paint it.
Yeah. So
anyway, thanks for leaning into that question with me. We are leaning into our gold rush round. So this is a round I like to ask. We want to hear about this region, Butte County. You can, if there's some spots in LA that come to your mind, that's totally fine. Because that's it's California. That's totally fine. But so I'm going to ask best blank. I'm going to say, what's the best insert store, insert location here. And then just the first thing that comes to your brain.
Okay.
Okay. And this is an opportunity too. If there's someone that you wanted to shout out, like just do that too. All right. Are we ready? Gold rush round. Cha 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 cha. Ching ching ching. We need a jingle. All right. Best burger.
Roselle in Merriam Park.
Roselle. I've never been to Roselle.
So good.
And I take.
It's like a gourmet McDonald's cheeseburger.
Oh, okay. Sold. Best tacos.
I'll go Economica.
Economica.
La Cocina Economica.
Oh, okay. Is that
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Now I'm like, yeah, but La Perla.
best tacos to
Masamor.
eat on a Tuesday? Where do you go for Taco Tuesday?
Probably Economica.
Economica. Okay. I love it. Best hiking spot. Do you hike?
I ride mountain bikes.
Okay.
Um,
Best mountain biking spot then.
oh my gosh, we're talking mountain bike. It's Drop Trail in Colby Mountain in Butte Meadows.
Oh, okay.
It is mind blowing.
Drop trail?
Yep.
I'll have to ask some of our friends. They go mountain biking.
It's just it's still I get chills even thinking about it because it's like we have this. It's world class. Like it's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
And it's
I'm
right
not
there.
Okay, that's good. Well, that's the thing is like this region, there's so many things that I don't think enough people know about. Or if you've grown up living here and you've never been out other places, then you're just like, what's the big deal about Butte County?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I also do really like Annie B, for hiking and riding. That's in Upper Park.
Okay.
North Rim Bee Trail. That's a good one.
Okay. Cool. Best grocery store. I know it's always like one. It's kind of random.
I'll give it to our friend Ashley. She has Bappa's also in Merriam Park.
Bappa's?
Yeah.
Okay. What do they say? Just grocery, local?
Yeah. It's just
Local
like
grocery?
a cute kind of little boutique.
Okay. Oh, fun.
But we find ourselves getting our wine and cheese and bread and
From there?
snacks. Yeah.
That's fun. Best coffee. Are you a coffee drinker?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's so many.
I know.
mean, I do love Stobel. Like Stobel just has an undeniable environment.
Yeah,
like,
the
they've
environment,
got the outside upper deck. Like it's just, it's so cool. I go there for meetings and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
But Naked Lounge is also super rad.
Yeah. I didn't know they were a coffee place for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just went by the name and I was like, oh.
Well, and it's also a venue.
Oh,
So
it is a venue too.
They bring a lot of good shows
Okay.
to town.
Okay. Do they do like comedy shows there?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Ooh, we like to watch comedy shows. So
Yeah.
to look into that. Best local event.
First thing that came to mind was the Wildflower Music Festival.
Then
Then there's also the Wildflower Bike Ride,
Yep.
which is rad.
Yeah, that was just a little bit ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's like a kind of a little mini mural festival happening on Orange Street in Chico.
Oh, mini mural?
Yeah. They've been basically it's this huge long strip that has these concrete walls with like little dividers.
Okay.
And they've done, I think, several times where artists come and paint, their little section.
Oh, wow.
And they kind of set it up as like a competition.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's coming up. All right. We'll have to look into that. That's cool. Well, and then my final question, and you can choose to not answer, but best mural.
Which we do ask.
We do ask.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can answer that. How do you what was your favorite one? I mean, it's always your most recent, right?
I see where you're going with this.
You might have to pick one innocuous too. Oh, that's the politics.
I know. I mean, you can't choose the wildflower mural in front of the building. That one's excluded. Sorry,
Yeah.
excluding it.
I do like that one a lot. I didn't tell you this, but I had wanted to paint those flowers
Yeah?
for like a couple years.
Really?
Yeah. And I just it just didn't come up.
Wow.
For a minute I was almost going to do it kind of on that spec style where I was going to find
Find a building?
wall and
No way.
yeah.
That's cool.
And then when yours came up, I was like, oh, I think this is that opportunity.
Yeah.
I think it's two things. Part of it is that it's a stylistic departure. So all my other stuff, I kind of do like a, color blocking sort of paint by numbers because
Yeah.
I'm just not good at blending. I just like to put hard lines against hard lines. It's easier for me to fill it in.
Which you wouldn't know by this because there's a lot of blending.
A lot of blending.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So this was definitely something different and posed a lot of challenges. Like I remember, as soon as I started, I was like, this is not going to go well.
We've already had at the Feather Fiesta Days parade. We had it's a big parade that goes through town, and they do the car show. And I had cars in front of the building, but we had some high schoolers come down, and we were standing outside the door, and they kind of stood by the mural. And I said, "Oh, can you believe this is spray paint?" They're like, "Oh yeah." And I could just tell they were not into talking. So I kind of walked away, and they immediately did selfies. They did photos in front of it. I was like, "Oh, they were waiting for me to move so they could get pictures with the murals." So
That's funny.
that felt good to be like, "Oh, it's a spot. People like it." So
Yeah, I love that. The love mural in Chico went crazy
I
on that. Like
know.
people took their wedding photos in front of it.
yeah,
and
we have
all
a
kinds of
photo
stuff.
on Valentine's Day in front of there.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's no more, right?
No,
It's
gone.
So that was for this time and place. That was
Yeah, yeah.
we have photos of it, but
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. I would love people to know how can they stay in touch with you? How can they follow you? Where are you? Do you have any projects coming up that or anywhere that you'll be? Maybe is there an Easter egg of your face somewhere that they can go and, I don't know, get a picture of and tag you? I don't know, something. How do people follow you?
Sure. I mean, Instagram is kind of number one. I do have a Facebook profile, but it just gets fed by the Instagram feed. I'm not great at posting. I'll go, dry for ages and ages and ages, which is not good for the algorithm. But it just is what it is. It's just not what I'm about.
You're out in the world making the art, right? So,
yeah. Well, and driving around 2 kids and helping my wife run the studio and
all of those things. Well, you were recently in Upgraded Living magazine, yeah?
Yeah.
They did a kind of a whole spread feature on you.
Yeah,
I think I saw
so that was an interesting one because they hit me up. My wife and I built, we had it built, a pool house in our backyard. It's kind of like an art studio. It's where my computer is.
Yeah.
My wife has her reformer, her Pilates reformer in there.
Okay.
But then when the guy started talking to me, then it became about my art and my story and a little bit of like what we're talking about in this podcast. And
gotcha.
it was cool. Totally random. And I had no idea that was going on. So I was a little caught off guard.
Yeah.
He literally wanted to take all these photos. I'm like, I didn't know. I
didn't clean. No, I don't know.
Seriously.
Just shove it over here. I love that. Oh, yeah, that was in, I don't know, I'm sure there's some copies floating around. I always grab a couple, so I have them somewhere. I think they're on
I've
their
been
website.
on that one a couple times. I painted the storefront for Greenline Cycles.
Okay.
And they interviewed me for that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So your Instagram, Seizer_1.
Yep.
And all the murals around town. Just look for your look for your signature.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe at the mini mural thing. Don't know.
Unlikely.
Unlikely. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's something TBD.
We'll see. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Jedrek, thank you so much for being here on the Hearts of Gold podcast. I've enjoyed our conversation. I love getting to know just local people in the community who have a heart of gold. And that's definitely you. So thank you for saying yes to this video podcast.
Absolutely. And thank you for your persistence on this last project. That was impressive and enduring, and I'm glad you stuck with it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think it's bringing a lot of joy to this side of the downtown.
Yeah,
So
very
definitely.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yay! And then we clap. And then we do We can breathe. So
Yeah.
we take some water. I'll take a drink of water.
Okay.
I mess up a lot. Put my podcast voice. Thing. I'm like, oh, I just like talking to people. Thank you, James.